100 times. But Twitch will be helping. And I will read 1 or 2 more donations, and then I think they're going to be ready to start the race. We have $200 from the Anko 234, who says, "Here's for a good cause. Thanks for this amazing event, gamers, games, and commentator. Keep it up." We have $100 from Sambino, who says, "Jack 3, PogChamp." And $75 from an anonymous donor who says, "AGDQ 2016 has flown by way too fast. Putting this towards the Mario Kart 64 2-player 1-controller run because do I really need to give a reason?"
I think my mic needs to be a little bit higher. There we go. I think yours is a bit low too.
Yo, did you see that rotator climb?
Yeah, we are.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so, okay, so before we start the run, we're gonna go on continue without save, and then we're gonna pause on the cutscene because the first loading screen is a little bit random. So this makes it a little bit more consistent just to race. But I just want to give a quick shout outs to my boy at home, Goofy358. He is the current world record holder for New Game Plus and any %, but that's not why he's cool. He's just some 13-year-old guy. So that's why. I just wanted to prove that age doesn't matter to be good. He pretty much bopped us he bopped all of us, and he's like 13.
Yeah.
This little guy. Shout outs to Goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, ready to go.
All right. So, are we good?
I think we are good. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so starting off the run is training course. It's pretty simple. You just collect all these tokens really fast. But it's a pretty reset-heavy mission because there are certain spots that like to eat your inputs. So, I guess good thing it's at the beginning of the run. If you get your input eaten in like a bad spot, you can just fall into lava and die, and you can't really do anything about it. And coming up is one of 3 arena fights in the game, although this is the only one that's going to be seen in this run. And after a certain amount of time, the lava will rise, and you want to kill as many gladiators as possible before that happens. You can get a 5 at best, and there's a little bit of RNG with the enemies. If they jump down and do a lunge attack, if they're left-handed, you can just run straight into their sword, and that kind of sucks. So, yeah, Bob got a 5.
Yeah, you kind of got to watch for left-handers.
Both got a 5. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's actually kind of uncommon in a race.
Yeah.
It's an inconsistent issue.
Yeah, you have like about a 1 second arrow window.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good. Nice. So these guys just die in 2 hits, so we're just going to like charge at them and spin. And this jump actually kills a lot of people in races too, the one Bob's about to do. Okay, good.
I thought I was going to die. I died in our practice race to that.
Yeah. I jumped fairly early, but I got up there. Okay.
Alright, so for this first part of the game, we're pretty much doing everything for the most part as intended. Right here, we're going to do Kangarats. Basically, we just have to round up all these little lizard guys and get to the next mission.
We have to find those
Yeah,
But don't worry, it gets it's pretty
Fast.
yeah.
It's pretty fast to say the least. Once we
pretty
get
fast,
to,
pretty quick.
yeah. The start of the game starts off pretty slow. It's actually also one of the, I would say it's one of the harder parts of the run, because there's just a lot of like small things that can really screw with you. Like especially this mission right here, where you have the Kangarats. What we're doing is we're kind of moving in a certain way, so we're manipulating the Kangarats to move as we please, I suppose. Like, so we're just approaching him like right here, and then we're able to catch him at like a nice angle so that we don't miss him, so we get him in one charge. So, yeah, so Bob's gonna approach him from the right here, so he makes him run to the left.
Yeah, that was actually one of the worst scenarios, I guess. There.
I got the best one.
Okay, yeah, that's a good example.
So sometimes they can also, like, I guess, spot you. Like, they'll start running away later. Sometimes you can just kind of catch them when they're standing still. On the last Kangarat, we're actually going to do some sort of cutscene overwrite, is how I describe it, where we're going to catch the Kangarat and then run into the next mission as, like, the dialogue box, or, like, the dialogue speaker is, like, kind of being played. So instead of having to wait outside the mission, you can have the cutscene play inside of the mission.
Oh, shoutouts to Yankee for that strat I just did. Saves frames. Alright, so this is Satellite. This is RNG. That's almost all there is to say about it. It's heavily dependent on how many doubles you get, as well as pairs. That's pretty much all there is to say about it.
Yeah, if you get 2 symbols in the same ring, you get 6 points, and you just hope to get as many of them as possible. And sometimes it's actually that bad that in like real runs you would have to reset over them.
Right.
How many did you get?
I got 4.
I think I got 4 too.
Okay, cool. So if we get
Yeah,
good
4.
pairs, we should skip something that we call slow cycle.
Yeah, essentially, in this phase we're hoping to get like 2 symbols at once instead of 1. And yeah, if you get like enough of those, I think Bob is going to get slow cycle here
by 1.
73
Yeah.
by 1.
I think I'm getting it by 1.
Yeah, I'm going to get it by 2. So we essentially got the same RNG, because the difference in 1 and 2 doesn't matter, because like 2 of them come in at the same time. So I'm actually pretty happy we got the exact same RNG in the race.
Right, yeah.
It's really nice. No one gets a lead unfairly. That's pretty awesome. There we go, both of us finishing up Satellite here. Now we're pretty much just going to go to the mission Learn to Drive, which is essentially the game's tutorial of teaching you how to drive a car. But we're actually going to exploit like the mission pretty hard once we get into it, so we'll explain when we're there. You can go for a couple of donations, April, if you feel free.
Great. We have a $100 donation from Stenkilled, who says, $100 for you guys. Having a good Saturday while watching the awesome ThaRixer wreck those commentaries and Jack 3. Keep it going, mate. Craigasm. We have $10 from an anonymous donor who says, hey Jack guys, sad that I can't see this run in person with you guys, but it's still great to see live. Ricky and Bob, HillaryPuff, make sure you get those hovers, sub the bacon, and sub, well, you know what I mean, Bob. To those Jack and Ratchet guys I got to meet while I was at the event, it was an absolute blast to hang out with you guys, and hopefully we can do so again at a future event. Please split this donation between 5 people. The 2 runners, Ricky and Bob, and those 3 beautiful people on the couch, Jazzberry, Headstrong, and Nitrovsky.
Rip New.
That was sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anonymous.
We have a $50 donation from S-Guy who says, hey there, AGDQ. Had a blast this whole AGDQ. Didn't get much sleep this week, but whatever, me neither. It's worth it for this amazing event. Keep on doing what you're doing. Donation goes to Bloodborne character named Dio Brando. You expected a good hunter? Too bad. It was me, Dio.
Okay, so right here we're actually restarting the mission, and essentially what that does is actually allows us to free roam around the desert, and you're probably wondering, what is he doing right now? He's supposed to finish the mission right now. Well, we're about to do something called a percentage warp, and what a percentage warp is this game, if you watch the speedrun of DK64, it kind of works in the same way as if you enter a later level, the game kind of gives you everything you're supposed to have by that point, so all the missions that you did earlier, the game just expects you to have them done, because like the game's like, oh, you're here. I guess you must have done all the other ones too. So you get all the rewards from all the different missions that you're supposed to have. I just went the wrong way. Oops.
And really quick, I would just like to say, if anyone's interested in running this game, we do weeklies at 1 p.m. Pacific time every Saturday, and anyone can join. Doesn't matter how good or bad you are. I just wanted to throw that in real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so this is something called Cave Skip. Here, I'll explain it afterwards, actually.
Yeah, let's explain it after we both get it. It's kind of precise. It's a weird trick. Oh boy, okay. My car wasn't bouncing for a second. Is this fine? Oh no. Right side? Yep.
Cool. All right, so
We're both in.
we don't exactly know how that works, but our best guess is basically the game. Since you're bouncing in the wall in a certain manner, it doesn't know where to put you, so it's just like, oh hey, let's make space for you, and it just deloads it. That's my best guess, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think it, like, a lot of us don't know like why it works, or we know how to do it but not why it works. So we kind of just like park the car up against the egg wall, and I think the game tries to make room for the car, and that's pretty much it. And that's actually, this skip is actually in the no out of bounds category, because that's actually not an out of bounds. You're intended to go through that cave. The only thing about it is that there's an egg wall in the way that you're not intended to go through first. But you are allowed to go through it in the no out of bounds category, because you get into this mission later with another character. So we destroy the vehicle to get the intended vehicle for this mission. So, we can't do it with the other car because it doesn't have a gun.
Yo,
So
shoutouts to Bobby Kazi right now. He does everything in first person.
and he loses time to it. I love it.
Hey man.
Oh, I almost messed up because of it. Well, that's pulling a Bobby Kazi right there. Okay, so we're kind of turning the camera angle a little bit, just because it allows the gun to just like aim right for the egg, which is really nice. It's kind of required for two of them. It's required for the one I'm about to do right here. Right here, I do it, and then it just kind of aims for it. So I guess we didn't mention it before, but Bob just did a reset warp. This is essentially done when you also you have to wait until like mid 256 here, otherwise you can't reset the mission. So when you reset, you just kind of, oh nice, I got the zip. I think that's like a one frame thing. You press triangle at the right time. The game kind of puts you closer to the exit. That's what most of the time we're just going to do it to be in more convenient spots. It just saves time overall in the run. We're going to do it like a couple times.
Oh, and just like Zem's run, we have something here that we like to race against, this timer up here. Basically, if you don't get a 217, you're a fraud.
My bump was a little bit bad on my 216.
You have to reset, dude.
Oh, dude, don't be so hard on me.
Alright, so we do another restart warp there. It just takes us to the end of the cave.
Yeah, you can do that restart warp as soon as the timer goes away from the mission.
So now we're...
Yo, the double 217 though?
Nice. Now we're both going to the garage to grab a pretty broken vehicle. But in the meantime, April, if you have any donations.
I have plenty. We have $100 from Julius, who says, First time donating. I love the AGDQ's cause. Cancer is a terrible thing to be inflicted with, and I've sadly known too many people inflicted by it. However, the important thing to take away from all of this is to live life to its fullest, not just for your sake, and not just for our family and friends, but for all the people that have come before us, and for all those who come after us. Keep up the good work. On a lighter note, we have $20 from Once Was Lost 87, who says, "Hey
Lost.
Ricky and Bob, good luck and have fun."
Yeah, thanks, Lost.
Thank you, Lost.
She's a Jack 1 runner. She's pretty cool.
Remember in the first weekly, she went out of bounds on accident.
Aw.
I guess another thing we should mention about the weeklies is that this game is actually fairly easy to run, like in terms of easy access. All you need is a PS2 and then any version of this game.
And the community is all... There's so many tutorials, and there's so many people that are willing to help.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So this is the Dune Hopper, otherwise known as Yellow Tractor.
Yeah.
Basically, as you can see, it's pretty much just a rocket.
Yeah, so we're kind of going through the desert here, kind of on decision making. Sometimes it's better to pick a fight with the Marauders and take their boost, and sometimes it's just better not to. Hopefully, both Bob and I will have a lot of boosts by the end because it'll save a lot of time. We especially need one boost at this one spot, so we can do something called Island Hop. Bob's coming up to it here in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, we just... There's these things we call island hops to get to the temple. And, they just like they sound, they're just island hops. But we can skip a few of them by doing this. That would suck if I died here, and I didn't.
Got a pretty great landing too,
yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, that was good.
So I'm going to take the risk here and use the boost on this corner because you carry most of the turbo speed in the air, and I got 3 in a row. So there's a lot of vehicles that spawn on the corner, so that's why I took that risk, because most of them just kind of spawn really conveniently. Let's see if I hit it too. Yep. Oh, I'm going to hit the torch. Don't get the insta blow up.
Oh, that would... Oh, man.
That was close.
That's a little bit close, yeah.
So
That's fine.
I think this is probably about a 3 flat, 301 or something.
Damn, you got that good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. All right, so here we do another restart just to put us inside of the temple.
Yeah. Saves like about, I think it's 8 seconds or so,
Yeah.
just to get us back in the temple real quicker.
All right,
Almost
so
did temple skip.
Yeah, you go for it.
Something that you got from doing cave skip was a gun called the Wave Concussor. This gun is pretty broken because if you combine a crouch high jump and a shot, you can shoot really high in the air, like kind of like a super jump, and also like that right there. And if you jump and then shoot it in midair, it'll actually store your second jump, so you can do something like jump, shoot, and you can basically just gain some pretty crazy distance off of shooting it.
Get wrecked, Bob. Alright, so...
Yeah, this part's actually kind of intense, so
this is definitely one of the harder missions for me, at least.
Ooh. I do a little bit of a skip at the end there. I missed it like first try. You can skip the 2 pulls at the end. It saves pretty minimal time. Please. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, there's a soft lock spot there.
Sometimes the game just randomly crashes at the start of this mission, and it just kind of happens.
Alright, so if there are any more donations, this is an excellent time. We're pretty much just flying around.
Great.
Yeah.
We have $20 from Vortex566, who says, "Watched my mom suffer with cancer for 13 years, and sadly she is no longer with us. Love the event and all the amazing people that make it happen. Kill the animals."
I thought it was another vortex, so yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, Ricky. We have $50 from an anonymous donor who says, "Thank you to everyone who takes part in these events, and a big thank you to all the people behind the scenes that make sure the event goes as smooth as possible. And save the animals. They need a hero too." We have $5 from the Uber Duck who says, "Hi from Australia. It's too good to see games from my childhood get destroyed and for an awesome cause. Let's kick cancer in the arsenal." Can I keep going? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, all
You can
right.
do like 2 more.
We have $20 from Michael32, just to hear the awesome voice of the woman who reads the donations right now. Your choice where the donation goes to. And don't forget to save the animals. Thank you. We have $50 from Ben Golden, who says, donating at the beginning of the PlayStation block because we're about to see 4 of the best franchises ever get pummeled. Good luck to all runners. By the way, this event is called Awesome Games Done Quick, not Awesome Games Done. Let the animals burn.
Okay, so I'm about to do like, sometimes it can save time, like it can save like 1 second, sometimes it saves no time. I'm just gonna skip 2 of the rings. It's like a pretty basic little skip. What's more exciting is actually the volcano. I'm pretty sure both of us are gonna like focus pretty hard on that because if you die on volcano, you can lose like 50 seconds to it, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
This was
I
such a
almost
bad.
just
Yeah, dude, look at mine. my bar was at the bottom too. So, dude, we are neck and neck. Look at that. Oh, dude, you're like frames ahead of me.
Rip 1 second time saver.
This is gonna be so hectic for the.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Boomer. I'm not gonna go for your strat. There's a strat here that's slower. That's way more swag, but gotta save the frames. Oh, it doesn't matter anyways.
Okay, so yeah, we do different strats right there. The one I do is really hard, and I'm actually kind of happy I got it first try. You can do a concussor super jump from like the bottom of the floor there. The crack is a lot safer. You can just kind of get in the crack, and yeah, this is the skip. So. I had to take it safe there.
Cool.
Alright, so
That's
basically what just happened.
Oh, got it. Nice. Yes. Sorry, you go ahead, Jeff.
It's all good. What happened there was normally you're supposed to just go up the volcano like really long way. There's a bunch of enemies that you have to fight, all that shenanigans. But we don't like doing that, so we just go up the way that you're supposed to leave, and it's a lot faster that way. And you just have to go up here to get the invisibility power up that you use like once. And that was the one time.
So this is actually one of my favorite this is like one of the funniest small skips. You can just jump on those spikes. I don't know.
You can actually do that on lava as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to use the like invisibility power you just got, but you just
You'll also see this this gun a lot, the beam reflexor.
Yeah, this is probably the most broken gun in the game. Okay, so there's a chance Bob and I could die right here. It's kind of a weird strat. Let's just see if we can both get it here. Okay, I'm safe. Okay.
Cool.
The reason they punched off the circular staircase in the middle is because if you don't do that, there's a bunch of spiders that will spawn in that hallway. It's just really annoying. So, yeah. And here's just an example, like more examples of how good the the wave concussor is. Because you're supposed to use that invisibility thing to do that entire puzzle, and you can just jump over the gates and just skip the whole thing using the wave concussor.
There's actually a chance. Ricky got low gates. There's a chance you can get lower gates. I got higher gates. It's something that's kind of interesting. Don't know why that's there.
Jack, this is Ashley.
So this mission, Ricky's probably gonna gain like a minute and a half.
Not that much.
I've got to see you immediately. I've landed out by the
Yeah, it's because I ran this game for about like 3.5 years, and this mission's been in 80% for like a really, really long time. So I've done this mission so many times that I got like a minor advantage here. So right here we're going to just walk out the main gate here and reset warp, and it saves like 50 seconds. So the next mission is Ashland, and this is probably the second most RNG mission in the game. It's Satellite and then it's Ashland. So we're hoping to get both good. Oh my god, I got 2 right off the bat. So we're hoping to get good ammo drops, and we're hoping to kill the guys really fast. So we're gonna spin the camera around a lot just to manipulate all the gladiators to spawn like.
Gladiators spawn where you're not looking.
Yeah.
So we try to basically just get as many spawns as we can while going around to pick up ammo. And obviously not getting hurt, because if you get hurt, it'll drop health. And safe strats are for sissies, so.
Yeah, I'm getting like incredible luck right now. I got 2 right off the bat, and then it just kind of... Once you get good ammo at the start, it just kind of gets a little bit better. So yeah. The thing that mainly makes this mission, like, that decides this mission, whether it's slow or fast, is these vehicles that go around the end here. If you get a lot of those, it's... Oh, this is pretty damn good. So I go to the corner here just to despawn a couple of the... Yeah, there's like a car right... You saw it on the map. I was trying to despawn that, so...
Basically what's happening here is I'm getting 0 ammo, so I'm just punching.
And yeah, you can also get...
salty comments.
I'll probably get a couple of those. I'll get hit by a palace, and then something will happen. Yeah, so he got a lot worse luck than me.
Where?
That's you're done. You're done.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen.
That's
that.
really rare. You can actually end the mission when the gladiators are like on 1 sometimes, but you got on 3. That's only happened like once, and it happened in one of my OoB attempts like here earlier.
Well, since I already said that's never happened before, I might as well get easy every time out of the way.
Okay, we can go for a couple donations. We got Drive to Temple 2.
Okay, we have a $10 donation from our good friend Mickle, who says, "Yo, Ricky and Bob, hope you guys are having fun and best of luck with the race. Sub dear Bish." We have... Huh? Oh, sorry, I got distracted. We have $50 from Mr. Bronze Bolts, who says, "Donating during the block of my favorite games. Last year I donated to save the animals, but it turns out they're all jerks, and one of them even stole my ice cream. Good luck with these awesome runs. For the ice cream." $100 from Snack Pack, who says, "Thanks for this great event like every year. Everyone has been hurt by cancer. It is good to see people banding together to get back. Good luck with the runs."
Okay, so we're entering the temple now, and we got... This is probably... This is the most broken item in the game, and a glitch about, like, I think it's November in 2014, it was discovered that by a runner named Unreal704, you can actually infinitely hover with this jetboard, and we're going to exploit that very heavily. So for a while, I ran this game, like, without the hover glitch, and it was just kind of... It was just kind of like nice and, you know, nice pace, and then the game gets to like a whole new level when this thing was found. I'm going to do a very minor hover and hope to get it, like get one of the tokens. It's going to like skip a ramp. It saves about like half a second maybe if I hit it right.
In advance, basically how the hover works is every time you do a trick on the jetboard, you gain height. With the hover, you can actually cancel mid-trick.
Yeah, you go for it. I was just doing the hover there.
You can cancel mid-trick and still gain the height. So you can just continuously gain height at the same momentum as you left the ground with. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Gonna see us use it a lot, like here in a couple minutes. And you'll also see me like mash a lot because there's one hover that requires a lot of mashing. You actually cannot use the you can't actually hover too slow or too fast, otherwise you drop, like the hover just drops by itself. So I do a little bit of a hover right there. It's kind of blind, just hope I get a good angle there. And that's the token room. There's actually a skip for that room, but unfortunately we can't do it in no out of bounds. It's just called token skip. It just saves like 40 seconds.
Like 40 frames.
Save all the frames. This saves the frames, jumping around corners. It's another thing with the jetboard. You can like, if you jump around corners, you just preserve your speed like that, so it's nice. You see us do these 360s, by the way. That's kind of self-explanatory. You just gain a little bit of speed boost. So this room's kind of weird. I'm going to go under this rotator, and then I'm going to use the freeze power-up right here. Are you jetboarding across?
No.
Yeah. You want to explain it anyhow?
You can jetboard across that rotator without freezing or anything.
Yeah.
It's very inconsistent. I would say it's probably about the same consistency as Scrunchless and Zem's run.
Yeah. It's like basically a coin flip.
Yeah.
Okay, so for some reason, going through Subrails 1, just holding down X just saves 4.5 seconds for no reason. You don't even notice a significant speed boost. It is just faster. Right at the end of Subrails 1, you'll see me do a strat that saves like 0.2 seconds or something like that if I get it right.
Yeah, basically from here on out, me and Ricky do very different strats, which I think will be interesting to watch. This level coming up is very flashy, and we do it kind of differently.
Please don't get hit. Okay, we good.
Don't get hit.
Don't get hit. Okay, so let's see if I get my my 0.2 right here.
Nice. 43. No.
43.
Congrats on
confirmed.
43.
Thanks. Okay, so right here, this is what I mean. I'm actually going to be mashing. I'm going to have to switch hand mid-hover right here. So this is one of the most precise hovers in the whole game. Because you got this really small gap right here. Oh, oops. I forgot to skip the cutscene. Like walking to the bridge. Okay, so we have to set it up again. Oh, I dropped it. Dang. Yeah, sometimes the game drops the hover. Sometimes I feel like I dropped that one, but sometimes the game drops it. Okay, I failed that one. So we're close to tied now. Bob's going to do a little bit of a slower hover here. Say his one is about 4 seconds slower.
Yeah, I'd say about 4 seconds. Go over here. Mainly killing the enemies as well loses time. Here the hover can get dropped just because of the lag from the gun. But it didn't, so that's cool.
Oh my god, what a side flip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
on that hover that Ricky did, if you go too far left, you'll hit the mountain and just bounce off and die. And if you go too far right, you just won't even be able to reach the bridge. So it's a really tight angle.
Yeah, this is probably the most intense section in the whole run. Eco Mine Part 2.
Eco Mine, yeah, it's flashy.
Oh, I can recover this, I think. Old strats. Yo, that recovery. Oh my god. I didn't even stop to recover that. So I didn't get to show off like the really fast movement, unfortunately, but that was a really good backup. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so we're both gonna have to. We actually got hit by about the same enemy right there, so we kind of have to just back it up. So Bomb Train is a mission that's pretty straightforward, but we actually do something. You're supposed to hit these tracks just to make the bomb train go to the end of its destination. If you hit all the tracks, the mission ends early, and you just you don't have to wait for it. So we just have to hit all these tracks, and what we have to do here is stand by the corner of this area right here, and then look for a shot that goes. There we go. I got it. So a shot that goes behind the mountain. And with that, we get. Oops. We hit one of the tracks. Like we hit 2 of the tracks later on in the section. So if I got that's called the magic shot. If I hit the magic shot, the mission should end right here. Good. So I hit the magic shot. Sometimes you can also just get stuck just watching that, or just not get that one down there. That'll be kind of in the way. Oh my god, Did he get it?
No. Alright, well, I guess I have to do that later or something.
So on this boss, all you gotta do is really just shoot the enemies off. If you want to say something about this one, Jazz?
Yeah, so a lot of new runners will lose a lot of time here, and you wouldn't think you would lose a lot of time here. Basically, you have to, when he shoots enemies down at you, it's really fast to just shoot them off of the arena instead of actually fighting them, like, way faster. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just good to get them off of the arena instead of actually to fight them for, like, ammo and stuff.
So you'll see me, you see us both high jump and then shoot, and after we spin, like this gun has like a wind up kind of. So when you, I'll show it off right here. So when you shoot with this gun, you just kind of, it takes a little while for it to get to max firing speed, as you can see. But if you spin when you do it, so you do this, it goes like to max instantly. So you can just get the minecarts down a little bit faster like that. Probably got time for like one donation.
Okay, we have $7 from Kobe Protocol, who says, hoping this message gets read so I can personally thank Bob, Ricky, and the entire Jack community for being so welcoming every time I pop in. I'm a huge fan, but also a huge lurker, so I'm very grateful for their kindness. Wishing you successful strats, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, sometimes these bullets can just kind of troll, and they'll just bounce around the arena constantly like that, which is what happened to Bob. It almost happened to me too, but I got a bit fortunate. So I'm about to do a hover that's going to get us from 40% of the game completed to 91.
Yeah, they just kind of put the end of the game up here.
Nice.
And you can just kind of.
That's pretty hard to do.
Yeah. Hope you get it too. So you can just kind of hover into this area, and I can't do any movement thing there. The game forces you to walk. So I think this is the hardest mission in no OoB, because all these enemies just jump around these this mantis enemy. They're just constantly in your way, and like this, like Palace Ruins can just turn really bad really fast. If you end up getting hit once, it kind of just train wrecks.
It's kind of like this whole run as well, or no out of bounds. It just
Nice.
It's a pretty
Oh my
intense.
god.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, that hover is really hard.
Yeah, that's probably one of the hardest hovers in the run too. Getting over that wall can be really difficult because the game can drop the input really easily. I'm gonna take a little bit safe here. Okay. This is a really good Palace Rune so far. I'm gonna get the bounce strat too.
Nice.
There we go.
Sick.
That's what I'm talking about.
BTR. It's gonna be fun.
There we go. Okay, so I'm coming up to
Look alive, Jack.
the dumbest mission in this game, I think.
Don't be cursing.
It just looks clunky. Like, I don't know. How do you even explain this? Go fast, destroy tower, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, you gotta destroy these poles that deload these barrier things. I don't know how to.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to this mission other than you basically jump into the corners of the towers. Bob's actually going. Are you gonna do barrier skip?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna attempt to do a skip that saves about 8 seconds. That barrier that just went down for me, you can actually skip over that, and with the perfect landing, it can save about 8 seconds. It's really difficult, and if he gets it, that definitely is some eye candy right there. It's pretty hard to get. And back when it was inconsistent, a runner called Raccoon, I did a co-op Jack 3 all missions run at ESA, and he just got it like twice in a row. Ooh.
Oh. At least I got the check. BTR is basically the maker. Well, not in Out of Bounds because we have Palace Ruins and Dark Ship.
Yeah.
But in all the other categories, it's pretty much the make or break mission.
Yeah.
It tends to snowball on you. If you flip, you're gonna flip for 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad turn.
It's kind of hard to tell if you've never seen this game before what a good BTR is because it all looks bad.
Yeah. It all just looks like you're not really going all that fast at all, but we're actually doing a lot of small things here and there just because it's fast.
Okay, so this is barrier skip. Hopefully I get it. I'm not that confident in it. Yeah, I didn't get it. I'll keep going for it just because might as well.
I'm also about to do some stuff here. I'll let you get it first, though. Oh, get in there. Get in there. Nice.
Nice.
There you go. Good job, Bob. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's classic BTR.
Oh my god, what are you doing? No, don't roll off the ledge!
Classic BTR, you just keep flipping. It's just,
Somebody
it
make a
doesn't
gif
matter.
of that. Oh my god.
And then you can get sniped and everything. Shouts to Qatar for this jump. Saves like 15, doesn't it?
Yeah, it saves a lot of time.
Yeah, instead of having to go around, like, basically it's just a stretch of nothing, you can just jump right up there.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll just explain the two last skips. I did like a bridge skip at the very end, and I also did crater jump, which is essentially you go into one of the small gaps, and then you gain like, so the car just tilts upwards, and then you jump and boost at the same time, and you can also skip the last bridge. That's basically it. This is another sub-rails mission. Pretty straightforward. I took a hit at the start, so hopefully we won't have any issues. These things that I just destroyed now do a lot of damage, so you just gotta... those are pretty much the only things you have to destroy. Other than that, you just gotta like know where you're going. I like how back when I ran this, I never practiced these at all, and they're just kind of burned into my memory. So
yeah, sometimes when you try to think about sub-rails, you'll die because you're like, oh, where do I go here? But if you turn off your brain, because you've done it so many times.
So he's about to do the bridge skip here as well. Oh, the car tilted downwards. Dang.
Just like I'm tilting completely.
Okay, so here's Dark Ship, and you can actually skip to the very end of Dark Ship, but it's unfortunately out of bounds. So we have to do Dark Ship inbounds, which is kind of exciting still because this room right here, Bob and I will actually be using like kind of different weapons for this room. I'm gonna do this, and that going around the whole way will spawn all the enemies nicely for me. And then hopefully 432 or something like that. Okay, I'll take that. So this is the big room. Sure. Oh, okay. No, never mind. I was gonna go for the hard strat since wow, that guy just flew up. I was gonna do hard strat since I was like ahead, but this is, you can do this room in many ways, but I'm gonna do this way. So you can just kind of go to the end like that. This is a really finicky like door. Bob's probably gonna try and do a harder strat. Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try pretty much like the segmented strat just because I'm so far behind already. Might as well try to show it off, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Ricky's about to get an insanely good time. I'm pretty sure you were world record pace until that death, but
I never really thought about that. I just kind of played. Honestly, that BTR roll was pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
subbed your bacon.
Nice. So this part of Dark Ship's like really straightforward. You just kind of escape it.
Yeah, you can basically just use the jet board to jump over all the debris that's flying over you. And it's pretty cool looking.
Please learn this, Boomer. Stop hovering over the whole thing. All right, so coming up is Terraformer, and this could very well be Choke City. This is the first phase of the final boss. Essentially, I have to hit all 14 of the tokens on his legs. I have to hit them in a very specific order, and if I miss one of them, it could cause very big issues for me. If I miss if I miss a few, then I can recover it to something called normal cycle, which is about 8 seconds slower, but I'm hoping to get fast cycle. So yeah, we'll see here.
Also, here's... I'm going to attempt the...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually going to die here so I can try to show it off. We're not going to take that pose. I didn't have enough speed, but...
Still looks really great. You have to land in the dead center of those platforms in Dark Ship, otherwise you can just go flying off with either too low or too high speed, and you can overshoot. Okay, so I got the thing on the side. That's the key to getting fast cycle, and it looks like I'll get it.
Oh, nice.
So there we go. Fast cycle. Sweet. Okay, so key to getting a good final boss is this climb right here. There we go. Oh, it's shot at distance for me.
That last one. That was really good.
Okay, so I'm just going to try and shoot off the enemies really fast. Final boss is kind of a mix between getting a good climb and then knowing when to use the right weapons and some enemy spawn RNG. Sometimes the enemies will spawn a little bit later, and it's all up to when the final boss will just shoot his laser, which is right here. We're going to use the needle laser to hit him. I'll nuke at the end because why not?
You gotta do the 360 no scope, or I'll do that.
Yeah, you do that. Okay, so after I kill all these enemies, I got an extra one. You can shoot the mass inverter right here, and it'll just kill like that enemy right there before it spawns onto the screen. It just kind of, I'll do it. There's a second one, so I'll do it again. So you just see it barely makes it up, and then it just gets destroyed. It's like a random Beyblade that just comes up. I don't know what it is. Also, if you're doing bad on ammo on the final boss, you can also farm. With this gun right here, you can kind of farm off the big or the medium enemies. Like right here, you can farm it like this.
Yeah,
just get some more ammo.
You a bunch of ammo.
So Bob's coming up to fast cycle. If he hits the one on the side right here, all right, he got it. And Bob got fast cycle as well, so that's good job. So yeah, final boss is actually surprisingly straightforward. There's not actually all that much to it. It's literally kill the enemies. So go for a couple donations until we're like coming up to the end then.
Alright, we have $50 from Red Lupine 249 who says, huge fan of the Jack series. It's a shame they never made another proper one after Jack 3. Nothing against Uncharted and The Last of Us, those have been excellent. But sometimes you just want a pet orange weasel at your side. We have a $15 donation from Robin28 who says, hey, I've been watching AGDQ and SGDQ for 4 years now, and this is my first donation. I've always wanted to make one, but this year my sister was diagnosed with cancer, so it made me realize how important making a donation is. Anyway, thanks so much for the event. It is always nice to watch. Cheers. We have $30 from Kiergan, who says, I'm following GDQ for a time now, and now that I have money, I can finally donate. Thank you for all your amazing work. Let's beat cancer and save the animals.
Okay. So I'm coming up to the final hit here, so time's coming up pretty soon. But if you have ammos like left over, you can kind of use the this gun right here just to kill all the enemies. I'd sometimes use the third red gun. I guess I can show it off since I haven't really done anything with it. You can kind of use that to kill the enemies too.
Oh,
Okay.
and quick note.
Yep.
Reminder to never call the wave compressor the wave compressor. Always call it the onion ring gun.
The onion ring gun, yeah. I'm just gonna do some onion jumps right here. Okay, so time's coming up pretty soon. 12 seconds. 1. Oh, I got a nuke. 2. And time. Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's 20 seconds off the world record. Yeah. I got 45:01. Okay. Yeah, that's about yeah, what was it? Yeah, 20 seconds off the world record. I should also mention I have the world record for this category, but this man right here is a second behind me. So
44:41 and 44:42.
yeah, it's pretty amazing.
We are currently trying to push this down to a 43, but this category is just you die once and it's over.
Yeah.
It's very punishing. But if I could just take a second to say once again, if you guys are interested in this run, go ahead and start. We do weeklies every Saturday. They're awesome. So
Yeah. Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
This category is it's kind of punishing, but at the same time, if you do like some easier strats, if you just want to join the race like for fun, you can also just do the easier strats, which is really nice.
I shot it. I always shoot that at the beginning for some reason.
It was actually a pretty close race until, what was it?
Eco mine, I missed a hover twice. Oh wait, no, you also missed a hover.
Yeah, I missed like the hover twice too.
No.
It might have been like section 2.
Oh, it was Ashland.
Oh.
It was Ashland. I told you guys.
Wasn't a minute and a half, but yeah.
No, yeah.
I think that's the last wave of enemies, so
Yeah,
get ready on
so-
Bob's timer.
Should I try 360 no scope?
If you
It's
want.
very unlikely that I get it.
Nah, you shouldn't.
I'm doing it.
You doing it? Oh.
I've gotten it once ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
time.
Good race.
Good race.
47:04.
All right.
That was once the world record.
Yeah, it was.
A long time ago.
Okay, so we got a kind of a generous estimate, so we're going to show off like 3 glitches. First one I'm going to show off is one you can do on the credits. Now, what's kind of interesting about this game is, or about the credits, is you can kind of just scroll through all the characters, so you get to see all the characters we didn't ever see in this run. Oh, there's Siglemic. Okay, so you just kind of scroll through, and then you see everything that wasn't in the speed run. Oh, this guy's like the final boss or something. I don't know. Ooh, hello. And then this old hag. I think this guy was like an eco mine or something. I don't know. And this guy is like on your shoulder. Oh, who's this? Ooh. Oh, get out of here. Okay, hello. And then so yeah, that's kind of cool. But you can actually. Yeah, you can actually kind of morph them a bit. So if I mash back and forth a little bit too quick, you can do this. Okay, so if you do that too hard, on like the top left part of the screen, it'll actually say game runs out of like out of data or something like that. So the game doesn't know what to do, so it just kind of soft locks. See if I can do it right here. Oh man, this is one hell of a beauty. Let's keep going.
That's a pretty good one.
There we go. Game crashed.
Something else that
Sound speaker. Is that the name you got?
something else that we like to do. We were doing this like all day in Ricky's room because we're nerds. But some random guy on YouTube had this video called Super Fast Hover Bike Glitch. And this is actually useful in runs. There's someone named Yankee027 he really goes for the frames. It saves like 2 seconds to do this at a spot. Well, there's potential for more, but...
Yeah, so what he's going to do is he's going to stop the time. You might hit the pipe. No, you won't.
I need to catch up to it.
Okay, so... Restart mission, show another one. Try and just keep grab onto it instead.
I wonder if I can go into a first-person camera. No. It's over.
Okay, so he's going to show off another one where he's just going to grab the zoomer. You just tap like triangle once. And then
that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just
that's
grabs
fun.
onto the side. Sometimes you just get sent flying in the air. So he's going to try and do
great.
another one. Oh yeah, my game's in black and white because I'm actually using a PAL console. So that's why I said earlier you just need any PAL copy. Just to get the colors back, you can do this. So it's nice.
Not any PAL copy, any copy in general, right?
Oh, oops. Yeah, any copy. Don't play on PS3.